Hello and welcome to this episode of Dread Captures, the ultimate destination for those who seek the thrill of witnessing the unexplained. Trail cameras, security cameras, and other recording devices can capture what happens when no one is around. So whether you're a seasoned cryptozoologist, a veteran outdoorsman, or just a curious viewer, buckle up and get ready for an adventure like no other. Let's get into the captures. Some disturbing footage here has left viewers rattled. This homeowner noticed that their dog was acting unusually, so they decided to record what was going on. As they peer around the corner, two bright eyes can be seen lurking in the darkness. Whatever it is, it's clear that it has the dog on high alert. Some viewers were unnerved by the sighting, speculating it could be some kind of cryptid hiding in the darkness of the yard, while others thought it could simply be a raccoon or some other furry critter. However, that begs the question, wouldn't the dog just chase it down instead of appearing so frightened? In my experience with dogs, if that was a raccoon, the chase and/or the fight would be on. So what do you guys think this could be? Drop me a comment, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. This next clip comes from the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. They recently received an intriguing photograph of Bigfoot from central Minnesota. A lady named Alicia S., one of RMSO's contributors, sent them a snapshot of a Sasquatch in the heart of Minnesota. This photo was originally captured by a friend's daughter who was photographing deer for her father. It wasn't until 3 days later, after magnifying the image, that they noticed a figure being observed by one of the deer. The girl said their German Shepherd has been on edge since the day they took that photo. None of them really knew why, but now they think they do. RMSO got back to her, finding the whole story fascinating, and asked if Alicia resided near the spot where the picture was taken. And yes, she confirmed that she spent her entire life there. Minnesota is a hotbed for Bigfoot. Every member of her family has their own Sasquatch tale to tell. What do you guys think of this picture? Like I said, Minnesota is known for an abundance of Bigfoot sighting reports, including a few videos and pictures. And Bigfoot is infamous for monitoring game animals like deer and elk. So this isn't the first evidence of Bigfoot seen spying on these game animals. Very similar to what he's doing in this picture. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think. I'm interested. A seemingly ordinary video by a TikTok user has stirred up viewers due to a sudden peculiarity. The footage, originally intended to showcase deer grazing in a parkland, took an unforeseen turn, leading online to a flurry of speculation and debate. Watch what happens. While driving past two grazing deer, the camera inexplicably captures a third deer appearing as if out of nowhere. Close observations of the footage from its beginning show that there are only two deer present, which had everyone guessing where the abrupt appearance of the third came from. One of the main theories put forward by viewers labels this as a potential glitch in the Matrix. The idea is based on the concept that we live in a simulated reality, much like the premise of the famous science fiction film, The Matrix. According to this perspective, the unanticipated third deer could be a result of a mistake in the system's coding, causing it to materialize without a logical explanation. I don't usually err on that side of stuff, but this is definitely strange. On the other hand, skeptics attribute the appearance of the third deer to an illusion of perspective. They suggest that the deer might have walked up out of the line of sight, which made it seem as though it materialized out of thin air. This sounds more likely to me. As the debate continues, the lingering question is, was this a genuine system glitch, providing evidence for the simulation theory, or merely a misinterpreted optical illusion? When I first watched this video, I thought, how in the world is this heron going to choke down this live snake? I thought he just snatched him right out of the water. But as you watch, when he tosses the snake in the air a little bit, you can see that he's dead. That makes things a little easier, I'd imagine. Herons are skilled hunters and can consume live snakes as part of their diet. However, when a heron catches a live snake, it typically uses its sharp beak to grasp and immobilize the snake. Its beak is designed to pierce and impale its prey, allowing for easier manipulation and swallowing. Once the snake is immobilized, the heron may swallow it whole or break it into smaller pieces before ingestion. Even when dead, snakes may be able to struggle or bite while being swallowed by the heron, but the heron's throat has adaptations to protect it from injury. They have a flexible esophagus that can expand to accommodate large prey items and muscles that can move and position the prey to aid in swallowing. Nevertheless, this is an awesome video, and down the hatch he goes. This is just an incredible video right here. Taken on June 3rd of 2020 in Alta, Norway, we see video of a landslide sweeping 8 houses out to sea. I want to let you hear the ground separating, so take a listen. The landslide was 800 meters wide and is said to have whisked away a vehicle as well. A dog that was dragged out to sea managed to swim safely back to land. This is just a short clip of this event, but if you're interested, you can look it up. I've seen some good interviews. There were multiple contributing factors playing a part in this devastating destruction. To me, just a constant reminder, don't mess with nature. Deep in the heart of the Appalachian Trail, Jillian, a seasoned hiker, found herself on a solo adventure. She had experienced the whispering winds, sun-dappled valleys, and rugged mountain peaks before, but this time, her encounter would transcend natural experiences. Late one evening, she had just finished setting up her campsite when an eerie feeling washed over her. The once serene forest, alive with the chatter of woodland creatures, fell into an unsettling silence. The sudden shift in atmosphere gave her a shiver, but she brushed it off as the natural ebb and flow of wilderness. As the sun completely surrendered to the night, she began to hear a strange rustling in the distance. Her eyes strained in the dim moonlight, catching sight of a figure moving stealthily amongst the trees. It was tall, its shape vaguely human, but there was an animalistic quality to its movements that was chilling. The moonlight cast long shadows over its features, and its eyes reflected a disconcerting glowing amber. Fear coiled in her stomach as the figure started to approach her campsite. Jillian had heard the legends of Skinwalkers, mystical beings capable of transforming into any animal they desired, with eyes that reflected the fire of their spirit. While she had always considered such tales as local folklore, the figure before her was making her question her skepticism. Taking a deep breath, she stepped out from her tent, holding up her flashlight. She shone the beam at the creature. It was grotesque, a bizarre mix of man and beast. Its body was humanoid, but it had the snout of a wolf and similar ears. Its fur-covered skin seemed to ripple and shift with every moment, as if unable to decide its form. The creature's glowing amber eyes never left her. Summoning all her courage, Jillian called out, "Who are you? What do you want?" The creature tilted its head, a seemingly curious gesture. Then, in a chilling voice that sounded like the rustling leaves and growling beasts, it uttered her name, Jillian. Jillian's blood turned to ice. She stepped back, nearly stumbling over her campfire. She wanted to run, but a primal part of her told her to stand her ground. She stared into the creature's eyes and yelled, "Leave now!" In response, the creature let out a growl that echoed through the forest, the sound resonating with a primal and unnatural timbre. For a moment it stood there, its strange eyes boring into her. Then it turned and walked away, vanishing, blending seamlessly into the night. Jillian was left shaking and breathless. She would later leave the trail, her adventurous spirit replaced by a deep-seated uneasiness. The encounter stayed with her, reminding her of the mysteries that lay in the untouched parts of the world. She may never know if it was a skinwalker she encountered, or perhaps even a dogman. Either way, her perspective on the wilderness and the tales it concealed was forever changed. Her encounter served as a chilling reminder that even in the world's most traversed paths, ancient mysteries can still unfold, resonating the whispered secrets of the Appalachian Mountains. In this perplexing footage, we initially observe two children, a boy and a girl, making their way along an unspecified path. The fact that this event is captured by a trail camera in the late hours of the night already instills the scene with an eerie quality. As the siblings advance, the camera captures a vague, indistinguishable creature lurking behind the dense foliage, signaling the children to approach. Curiosity piqued, or perhaps lured by the creature's beckoning, the children begin to follow it. The clip takes an even more chilling turn as the creature seems to lead them deeper into the woods, away from the beaten path, their figures disappearing into the darkness. The resulting barrage of questions heightens the unnerving nature of the footage. Who are these children? Where did they come from? And more crucially, why did they follow this creature into the forest? And I gotta be honest, the person leading the girl, holding her hand, doesn't look much like a person. I don't know. Despite the alarming implications, the clip ends with no clear answers. The identities of the kids, their relationships with the mysterious creature, and what transpired in the woods all remains hidden in mystery. The chilling footage serves as a haunting reminder of the potentially sinister events that can unfold unnoticed in the depths of the night. AKA, my parents were right. Nothing good does happen after midnight. A man with a trail camera and an affinity for the wild decided to introduce a lighthearted twist into his usual outdoor adventures. As an avid observer of the woodland creatures frequenting the forest near his home, he hatches a playful plan to engage these animals in an unconventional yet amusing interaction. In this unique experiment, the man strategically placed stuffed animals, bunny bears to be precise, at various locations in the woods right within the line of sight of his trail camera. These colorful, cuddly toys are not what the forest animals would normally encounter in their natural habitat, adding a bit of an element of surprise to their regular routine. As the camera starts recording, it captures the delightful reactions of the animals as they discover these unusual furry newcomers. The raccoons, being naturally curious and known for their dexterity, are the first to investigate the intriguing objects. They are actually seen lovingly interacting with the bunny bears, their actions showcasing a mix of curiosity, caution, and playfulness. Porcupines, too, join in this unique experience. Normally solitary creatures, they display a rare interest in the cuddly toys, exploring and sniffing around them in a surprisingly gentle manner. Even the bears, obviously known for their formidable strength and sometimes aggressive behavior, cannot resist the charm of these stuffed animals. The camera captures them approaching the toys and playfully interacting with them in their own bear-like way, providing an unusual and heartwarming sight. This unorthodox experiment ends up offering a unique and endearing insight into the behaviors of woodland animals when presented with unexpected elements in their environment. More than just capturing animal interactions, the footage underscores the surprising, softer side of wildlife that often remains hidden from human eyes. This is just a really cool video. Let me know what you guys think of it. Our next footage was shared by a TikTok user named Real Horror Talk. While the video's origin is a mystery, it has sparked quite a discussion due to its content. Initially, the video seems commonplace, featuring two guys recording a deer or maybe sheep playfully in the distance. However, it soon captures something utterly crazy on film. A sizable bipedal creature is seen chasing the animals. At a quick glance, you assume it's a human, but then you take into account its considerable size, and I don't think so. You can hear one of the men, he even suggests the creature could be a skinwalker.
Guy? What the frick? What was that?
Skinwalkers have an infamous standing in folklore, notably among the Navajo people. They are perceived to be harmful witches capable of morphing, possessing, or masquerading as some type of animal or person. Steeped in supernatural tales, these creatures are generally wicked, inflicting harm out of jealousy or revenge or to acquire power. These witches are said to transform into animals, imitate human voices, and even possess a person's body. And in many indigenous cultures, talking about skinwalkers is strictly prohibited, as it's believed to draw their attention. So could this be a rare sighting of a skinwalker in action, or is there a more logical explanation? Unfortunately, the truth remains hidden. The lack of details regarding this video makes it impossible to authenticate its legitimacy. And honestly, the poor quality of the video only adds to the uncertainty. Many skeptics have posted that the figure could just be a person in a costume or a well-executed hoax. As it currently stands, the footage provokes more questions than it provides answers. I'm pretty blown away by this next clip. Apparently, a man was driving his car down a busy road when a mother deer stopped and stood directly in front of his car. She wouldn't let him pass. He eventually gets out thinking he'd scare her away, but the mama deer wasn't scared. The driver noticed that she kept glancing behind her. It dawned on the man that she might need help, and he pulled over and literally followed behind the doe. All in all, the man jogged behind her for 10 minutes. As she led him on a winding path. Eventually, she led him to her fawn that had been tangled in a soccer net near a home. The little one can't get out by itself. Of course, the man starts helping the deer. All the while, Mama Deer's motherly instincts are telling her to protect her young, and she starts running crazily around. Realizing she's stuck between a rock and a hard place, she has no choice but to just trust the man. After a few minutes, the Good Samaritan freed the baby, but that's not exactly where the story ends. A few minutes down the road, as the man is walking back to his car, blown away, lo and behold, the mother and baby stop him on the side of the road? It's like she was making her baby go thank the man for saving her. It's pretty incredible. The baby walks over and submissively lays down as to show thanks, gratitude. I mean, this is really just nuts. I hope this is real. I hope this really happened. I don't have any reason to think it didn't, but man.